Let's play a game. How much money can we save you during your 2025 Disney World vacation? We're going to find out today here on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. So 2025 is going to be here before you know it. For some of you, you'd rather not have me remind you of that. And if you're that kind of person, sorry. But if you got a Disney World trip coming up, you might be tickled pink to know that 2025 is just around the corner. Now, I know Disney trips can be costly. I'd be a fool to say otherwise. But I've got some new money savings tips and tricks gathered up for y'all to help you save when it comes to dining. Lightning lanes, park tickets, so much more. We're going to save you some cash today. First up, check those Lightning Lane prices in advance. Remember when Genie Plus was still around? You know, way back in the days of yore. I'm just kidding. It's only been a couple months, but it sure feels like Genie Plus has been gone for longer than that. When Genie Plus was still busy granting us Lightning Lanes, we had a good idea of what the prices could range between, but we never quite knew what the prices were going to be until the day of our park visit, when we were finally allowed to buy them. But with the new multi-pass and single pass system, we've now got more of a chance to not only know exactly what we need to budget for ahead of time, but we can also plan our park days around Disney's Lightning Lane prices ahead of time. Let me give you an example. Let's say I want to purchase a multi-pass for my Magic Kingdom day coming up. When I go to purchase that pass on the My Disney Experience app, it's going to bring up a calendar that lists multi and single pass prices a few weeks in advance. I'm not talking a few weeks in advance from your trip, but a few weeks in advance from the day you're checking on prices. So if you're not seeing prices pop up just yet for your trip's particular timeline, you might be looking a little too early. Now on the calendar, I can tap each day and see what Lightning Lane prices look like across each of the parks. So if I tap on a Thursday and see that Magic Kingdom's multi-pass prices are going to be $27 per person, but I tap that following Saturday and I see them jump up to $35 per person, then I know what day I can visit Magic Kingdom to get the cheapest Lightning Lane option. This is actually a double Disney hack if you think about it, because not only does this help save you money, but it also gives you a good idea for when Disney expects park demand to jump up. Disney typically spikes those Lightning Lane prices when they expect higher crowds, so choosing a day when the Lightning Lane prices are lower also means potentially lower crowds too. Not always a guarantee, but it's a good rule of thumb. Now, this is a personal practice I have to use on myself constantly when I enter into a Disney gift shop, or any gift shop really, because I love gift shops. If the merch you're eyeballing isn't one of those limited time items that'll sell out fast, then you do have time to mull over whether you really need a certain Disney souvenir or not. Test number 1, carry it around with you as you continue to browse the store. I have done this with little blind box critters from the House of Good Fortune in the China Pavilion, just because so many of them are so stinking cute, but after browsing the rest of the store, I'll often start giving myself that third-degree internal questioning. Would I be happy with any of the blind box options I get, or is there really only one or two that I'd be satisfied with? Where am I going to put this in my house? Will this be one of the souvenirs that end up in the bottom of my Loungefly that I forget about months later? Usually I'll get sick of myself by this point and put the item back where it belongs on the shelf. I am very annoying. So I guess you could say I both won and lost the battle here. Test number 2, walk away. If you've grown attached to the merch in your hand and you still really, really want it, the initial honeymoon phase just might not have worn off for you just yet. So I'd highly encourage you to still put it back on the shelf and walk away from it for like an hour. If you don't think about the item again, you can probably live without it. Or in my case, actually, I don't really want to backtrack to pick it up again, which also means I can probably live without it. I can't tell you how many throw blankets I've walked away from, y'all. So many throw blankets. But if that souvenir keeps tapping you on the back of your brain and you know you've got souvenir money still left to spend, that's when you know you can take it home with you. Now, do you ever give someone advice when you actually see them put that advice into action and it makes you go, wow, now this is still really solid advice to hold on to? I did that during one of my last Disney trips with my friend. She'd watched one of our past DFB money saving videos and learned about how our team likes to start stocking up on Disney gift cards months or maybe even years before our visits so that we've got a nice little souvenir or dining budget saved to spend however we want. And we don't have to worry about pulling chunks of money out of our checking accounts all trip long. And that's exactly what my friend started to do when we knew we were going to go to Disney together. Every time she got paid, she put $20 on a Disney gift card from Target. And by the time our trip rolled around, she had a whopping $750 saved to spend on souvenirs and extra dining goodies. Plus, because she's a Target Circle member, she was also able to save 5% each time she put money on that gift card, meaning she'd spend money to receive more Disney spending money in the end. So these are all great ways to avoid those impulse purchases, which are always my downfall. Now, I asked the DFB team if they knew of some good Disney dining dupes that we could tell you about, and they came in clutch. In case you're not familiar with the whole vacation dupe craze, basically dupes give you the chance to purchase something similar, or maybe even the exact same, for a whole lot cheaper at one location versus another. And apparently Disney World is chock full of Disney dining dupes. Now, before I get into this rapid fire session of Disney dining dupes, keep in mind that we talk about so many more savings opportunities similar to this in our DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining, which you can find over on dfbstore.com. So if you like what you're hearing during this Disney dining dupe session, I'd recommend checking out our digital book full of restaurant tips and tricks and secrets to learn even more. And now, without further ado, let's hit those dupes. Dupe number 1, I'll start off with my favorite longtime dupe. If you go to Rose and Crown at Epcot and order the plate of fish and chips, you'll pay $28. But if you order fish and chips from the Yorkshire County Fish Shop window next door, literally steps away, you'll get basically the same thing for just over $13. Dupe number 2, the No Way Jose Sundae at Beaches and Cream at the Beach Club Resort is $13.50. But the All-American Sundae at Plaza Ice Cream Parlor in Magic Kingdom is a very similar sundae that's more affordable, just over $8, and has a more manageable portion size for just one person. Dupe number 3, if you want a full-size version of the pulled pork mac and cheese from Animal Kingdom, you'll want to go to Flame Tree Barbecue and purchase it for $13. But if you want a more snack-size version of the same thing so you can eat more stuff during the day, you'll want to go to 8 Spoon Cafe and get it for around $7 instead. Dupe number 4, Kona Cafe at Polynesian Village Resort. This can be a nice little sit-down breakfast before your park day, but the Tonga toast they sell here costs $17.50, just for that additional strawberry compote drizzled on top. If you can live without the strawberry goo and you want to get the same Tonga toast for a whole lot less money and faster too, just go downstairs and pick up Tonga toast at the Captain Cook's quick service for $10.49 instead. You don't have to pay $7 for the sauce. Dupe number 5, want to try the gray stuff because you've heard it's delicious? You can get the gray stuff cupcake from Gaston's Tavern in Magic Kingdom for around $6 instead of having to pay for a whole prefix meal at Be Our Guest restaurant where a similar dessert is served along with the dessert trio. But you got to pay a whopping $72 per person just to eat at this themed restaurant. Dupe number 6, at Port Orleans Riverside, you can order jambalaya from the resort's table service location, Boat Rights Dining Hall, and it'll cost you $27. Or you could just go to the resort's food court, Riverside Mill, and pick up essentially the same thing for a little over $12. This is my favorite jambalaya. This is the stuff that I ordered every single night when I stayed there, even if I'd already had dinner. Now, Port Orleans French Quarter food court Sasagula serves up jambalaya as well for around $12. Same stuff. Dupe number 7, similar to Be Our Guest restaurant, you don't have to pay for a full dinner at Ohana at Polynesian Village Resort, which will cost you $65 per person, if you're just looking for that signature bread pudding they serve at the end of this dining experience. Instead, just head over to Banana Cabana at Caribbean Beach Resort, where you can essentially get the exact same dessert for $10 instead. Note, you might not be able to see the bread pudding option on the Banana Cabana menu online, but it was still an available option to us during our most recent visit, so it never hurts to ask about it if you're not seeing it on the menu. Also, the same bread pudding is served at Sebastian's Bistro during their family-style meal, which is also cheaper than Ohana at $39 per person. You can usually get the signature bread pudding at Ohana's neighboring Tambu Lounge after 4 p.m. as well, along with the noodles that people like us tend to go gaga over. We love those so much. In fact, we even have shirts up on the dfbstore.com website inspired by our love for all things Ohana noodles. Because in our world, Ohana really does mean noodles. Dupe number 8, we love Boma's soups of the day over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, especially the butternut squash soup. But instead of paying $58 per person for access to the full buffet, you can head over to the Mara quick service, which is also at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and get the same soup as a side for a little under $5. You can also get zebra domes here cheaper too than you can at Boma. A package of zebra domes at the Mara will cost you under $5 as well. Number 5 on our list is to use the free water park perk. So we've been hitting it hard with all this free water park talk, but considering the fact that 2025 is speeding towards us and there's no stopping it, I want to make sure that everyone, even our new DFB subscribers, know what's about to go down for all Disney World Hotel guests next year. In 2025, you're going to be able to visit one of the Disney water parks without having to worry about the $74 per person tickets. Starting on January 1st, everyone staying at any of the Disney-owned hotels, including Disney Vacation Club properties, will receive free tickets to the water parks for everyone on the hotel reservation. And while I wish I could tell you there's a no strings attached situation here, there are a couple of strings. First of all, you'll be able to use this perk at either Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon, but not both. And that's because ever since the 2020 shutdowns, both water parks never stay open at the same time anymore. So one will open and the other will shut down for routine maintenance. The second string, you can only use your free water park privilege on your hotel check-in day. Granted, you don't have to check into your hotel just yet in order to use that water park perk, so you can technically hop on over to the water park just as soon as you cross into the Disney bubble and start enjoying this benefit as soon as possible. But if you need to drop off your luggage before you start enjoying all that free water park goodness, you can still swing by your hotel first thing in the morning, even before your room is ready for you, and ask Bell Services to hold on to your stuff. Thank you, Bell Services cast members. We appreciate you. Also, here's a little hack we learned that you might want to try next year if you want to double dip on the water park perk. If you decide to do a split stay next year between two Disney hotels, you can technically get 2 water park days for free. That's double the money saving tips packed into one point for you. For instance, if I decide that I want to stay at Art of Animation for the first half of my trip and then switch over to the Polynesian Village Resort for the second half, I'll be able to have access to that water park perk on both of my hotel check-in days. Now, we've got more money-saving tips here coming up, but we want to help you save even more money beyond just this video, which is why the DFB team and I have created a new free guide that's going to help you plan the cheapest trip to Disney World possible. In this guide, we got travel discount advice, the most affordable Disney quick service meal options, average price ranges for Disney's value resorts, and more budgeting tips that are going to make you think about your 2025 budget in a whole different way. If you want this cheap trip guide, go ahead and scan the QR code you see on the screen now, or head over to disneyfoodblog.com/cheap trip after this. Don't worry, it's still going to be a great trip. It's just not going to break the bank. Now, our DFB reporters did a deep dive for y'all and have compared every single park ticket price between 2024 and 2025. Yes, that's how much you know they care. Upon first glance, the results can seem disheartening, and that's because mostly ticket prices either didn't budge or they increased by $1 or $2 or 10. However, there are a few days that we found throughout 2025 that actually saw a decrease in ticket prices, and we're here to highlight them for you right now so you don't have to go off and do all that research yourself. That's right, we're going to do all the hard work for you here at DFB Guide. Now, keep in mind that the prices we'll be listing off are starting prices for a single day ticket. Single day ticket prices will vary depending on which park you want to go to, with Animal Kingdom normally the lowest cost of the bunch, but individual park ticket prices go away once you add 2 or more park days to your trip. After that, the price you pay for each park day is going to be the same no matter what parks you decide to visit, and will instead be based around what day your trip kicks off. The more parks you add, the lower your daily ticket cost will drop. As Disney likes to say, the longer you stay, the less you pay per day. They've been saying that for years. All right, now that I got that all out of the way, let's get on with the ticket price decreases. On January 6th, 7th, and 13th, ticket prices start around $139 in 2025. In 2024, we saw those same days priced at $144 to $149 instead. On February 24th, the starting prices for tickets are $159, which still feels kind of steep in my opinion, but compared to last year's $164, I guess a price decrease is still a price decrease, though cheaper February ticket prices can still be found earlier on in the month, ranging between February 6th to the 9th, starting at $154. March and April seem to be upticks across the board, but at the very end of May, we did see a decrease for the 31st, bringing starting ticket prices down to $149 instead of their previous $154. That's probably because of where Memorial Day falls this year. June and July aren't going to be giving us any ticket cost relief, but August will. On the 19th and 25th, ticket prices are going to drop to the lowest you'll see them at $119. Last year, those same dates had prices listed at $129 to $134. Prices also dropped for the 24th, 30th, and 31st, ranging around $129 to $134 instead of the $134 to $149 like they were last year. And when it comes to September, price drops are good and plentiful all month long, with many days ranging between $119 and $144 instead of last year's $134 to $149. Yep, August and September are usually going to be your cheapest months to visit Disney World because you've got people going back to school, summer holidays are ending, and of course it's hurricane season. Then you enter into the holiday season, which that's just always going to be pricey. considering that's when demand is typically at its highest for the parks. So booking a room at the Swan and Dolphin, owned by Marriott, is not necessarily a new way to save money on your upcoming Disney World vacation, but these hotels are always coming up with new ways to save while you're staying with them. I'll go ahead and recap how easy it is to save big at Swan and Dolphin, and then I'll hit you with their latest savings opportunity you're going to want to check out, even if you decide not to book a stay here. When you stay at a deluxe Disney resort, you'll receive some super swanky deluxe benefits in return, including those all too coveted extended evening hours, which allow Disney's deluxe resort guests to stay in certain parks on select nights up to 2 hours after they close for everyone else. However, that doesn't really blind us from the fact that we could potentially be spending $500, $600, $7 plus per night on a room at the deluxe resort for these exclusive benefits. Sometimes we're talking $1,000 plus even for a standard room. Now, if you want those deluxe offerings for potentially hundreds of dollars less, all while still being within walking distance of Epcot and Hollywood Studios, Swan and Dolphin and the Swan Reserve could be those win-win situations you're looking for. They may not technically be owned and operated by Disney, but Swan and Dolphin guests still get a lot of the same perks that the Disney Deluxe Resort guests receive, including extended evening hours, and the option to buy Disney's brand new Lightning Lane Premier Plus Skip the Line service. And instead of paying $500 to $700 per night to receive those perks, the Swan and Dolphin hotel room prices start at around $240 per night. Not to mention, if you're a Marriott Bonvoy Rewards member, you can also use your points you've already saved from your previous Marriott stays to help pay for your Swan and Dolphin room too. Okay, now here are Swan and Dolphin's latest new deals that'll also potentially help you save money on your future stays. They're offering special room discounts for teachers, nurses, and first responders as a thank you to these select guests' dedication and service. They can save up to 20% on future stays. You can call and mention the nurses or teachers rate or use code Y7N in the corporate or promo code box on the website when you book your room. You'll just need to have a valid ID at check-in to get the offer approved. D23 Gold members can also save up to 20% on their stay, but that deal does expire on April 30th, 2025. You can book this deal over the phone or by redeeming your offer online. Finally, annual pass holders and Florida residents can save up to 30% on stays at Swan and Dolphin hotels too. So again, don't ever pay rack rate, y'all. Use your discounts. Speaking of discounts, during your Disney World vacation, you are not solely going to be shoveling money over to the Disney Mound, although it can feel that way sometimes. There are a lot of other expenses you're going to need to consider as well, like for your ride shares and flights and any restaurants you eat at outside of the Disney bubble. So while you're busy scavenging for Disney savings, don't forget to look into other vacation savings opportunities too. Lyft has discounts available on their website for new U.S. riders. You can get 50% off your first 2 rides, 40% off your first 3 rides, and or 30% off your first 5 rides. Instead of going to each airline's website to look at prices, you can take advantage of flight tracker apps like Hopper or Kayak, which are going to alert you when ticket prices change and can help you decide when to book a flight, as well as when to hold out for possibly lower rates. And as far as restaurant savings go that are just outside of the Disney bubble, here are some of the most recent discounts we've stumbled upon. Bahama Breeze has a happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. If you sign up for the G Club for Giordano's Pizza, you can get $5 off your delivery or carry-out order of $25 or more. At Carrabba's Italian Grill, if you're a Dine Rewards member, you can get 50% off every 4th visit. And for parties of 5 or more who are eating at Hokkaido Chinese and Japanese buffet to celebrate someone's birthday, the birthday person gets to eat for free. For parties of 4 or less, the birthday person gets 50% off buffet price. Now, this isn't a brand new savings technique for us by any means, but restaurants around Disney property that have loyalty programs might very well have new savings opportunities for their members next year that you're not going to want to miss out on. For example, CityWorks Eatery and Poorhouse in Disney Springs has their free Bottleneck Rewards program where you could potentially receive free apps and secret menu items for members only, and additional perks like $10 gift cards on your birthday. Paleo often offers drink specials like Sangria Hour and Vino Wednesdays, featuring any bottle of wine for half price with dinner over there in Disney Springs. Now, when you buy a Landry Select Club membership, you can earn rewards at locations like Yak and Yeti and Animal Kingdom, T-Rex at Disney Springs, and Rainforest Cafe at Animal Kingdom and Disney Springs. You'll also get a $25 welcome reward upon signing up. For Levy-owned restaurants like Paddlefish and Terralina Crafted Italian in Disney Springs, they'll often offer special deals to their Levy preferred members once you sign up for a loyalty card. And if you sign up for the Patina Patina Restaurant Group subscription list, which is free, you'll receive special discounts as well as $30 to $50 offers for your birthday whenever that rolls around. Patina Restaurant Group includes locations like Morimoto Asia, the Edison, Maria and Enzo's Ristorante in Disney Springs, along with Via Napoli and Tutto Italia in Epcot, and some Disneyland restaurants as well. Now, remember, if you want a bunch of these loyalty program discounts, just spelled out for you, those are over in our DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining, which you can find at dfbstore.com. And of course, we can't go through a whole Disney World money saving video without shouting out Disney's special offers, deals, and discounts page at least once, because savings towards hotels, park tickets, and vacation packages are being updated constantly over there. And 2025 savings opportunities are available on the site as we speak. So here's my big word of warning for you when it comes to Disney's hotel discounts, though. Just because a savings opportunity featured on the website claims it'll be available to book until a certain date, those discounts could stop being available even sooner than that. Disney only sets aside a certain number of rooms that their discounts apply to, meaning discount opportunities can and do sell out. So if you find one that you're really vibing with and it's still available, you'll want to lock in that deal sooner rather than later so it doesn't disappear on you before you can use it. Now, we're constantly scouring the internet and Disney parks to help you find new ways to save on your future Disney World trips. So keep on coming back around to our channel so we can fill your brain with more of the latest money-saving techniques that we come across. And don't forget to head over to disneyfoodblog.com/cheaptrip and we'll send you our free Disney World cheapest trip guide straight to your email faster than you can say keep the change. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.